Hey there, I'm looking to send out bottles of Sailor ink to a few people in the continental US, and never having sent bottles before, I'm pretty nervous about it. I've read that any potential...
Welcome to our world.
Yeah, we know a thing or two about that. I thought it'd be pertinent to ask. I've read that any potential liquid must be presented to a Postal Service employee for acceptance. Is this true, and how do you manage this? Well, Drew, you have a little experience with this. Drew used to be our fulfillment manager back in the day.
We do this every day, and there are no problems. I've found that I sometimes do get asked that question when I go to the post office. Every now and then we've had a crazy circumstance where I've actually had to run to a post office to ship a package, and then they ask if there are any hazardous liquids.
Yeah.
In which case I say no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider ink to be hazardous, and then they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah. We ship a lot of ink.
We do.
We never have a problem with it being flagged by the post office or anything like that. We obviously have a very close relationship with our local post office here because they very much know who we are. And no, I've specifically asked them at the post office before, hey, is ink a problem? And it's not a problem at all.
No.
As long as this doesn't leak, and as long as it's not something hazardous or flammable, you wouldn't want to ship whatever, phosphoric acid or something,
right?
And
as of the recording of this video,
like
Nathan at Noodlers has not created a flammable ink.
Oh gosh, like a gasoline-based ink or something.
Don't tell him that.
Can never really rule that out.
No.
Who knows? Yeah, something that would oh man, the friction from your pen would cause it to light on fire as you write or something.
Oh gosh.
I don't know.
That's next. That's next.
Well, until that happens, we're okay.
Yes.
It's not a hazardous material. You can ship it to your heart's content. So really the only thing you have to worry about is making sure that it's packed well so that it won't break in transit. We've had situations where that's happened before, but we pack rather defensively or offensively, I guess, depending on how you want to
Depending on what you're shipping, sometimes we've run into situations where the box can be packed really tightly, but the bottle inside of the ink box itself might be rattling around. So keep an eye on that. That's something that can trip you up every now and then.
That's true. And if you're packing multiple bottles of ink too, if you have the ink bottles right next to each other, they can clang into each other a little bit. So you want to be careful about that too. So, just make sure you pack it really well and you should be in good shape.
Definitely.